So now let's assume that the no U.S. administration puts some stringent demands on aviation policy, and that Mexico resists that. Could we see like some retaliatory actions, such as restriction on Mexican airlines operating in the U.S.? Would that be something that we could expect if they?
I think it's unlikely, Coffee. I mean, you can never rule it out, especially with the sort of mentality that is now prevailing in Washington, which is very I don't want to qualify it, but let's just call it's very assertive, muscle flexing. Okay. And as I said before, the relationship between Mexico's and the U.S. aviation industry is very asymmetrical. I mean, if you add Aeromexico, Viva, and Volaris, which are the three, large Mexican airlines, they probably altogether have something like 420 airplanes at most, A320, 737s, and the like. I mean, United alone has 1,000 aircraft, right?
Yeah.
So United alone is twice the size, or 2.5 twice the size of Mexico's airline industry. So to put things in perspective, the U.S. has a ton of leverage that they can, exert on Mexico. But I see if there's any sort of contention or any sort of fundamental disagreement that comes to light, it's going to be channeled through the aviation authorities via a denouncement of the air services agreement. So any sort of escalation, if it were to happen, would probably result in the U.S. demanding a revision of the current bilateral treaty, the ASA, and just to reopen the negotiation, look at, where the pain points are and try to resolve those amicably. That doesn't mean that the U.S. is not going to flex its muscle, but hopefully it's resolved in a diplomatic, and industry-minded way rather than political way. So if that were to happen, and if it were to fail, then yes, probably you will be looking at some sort of retaliatory measures, which could be, from anything like red tape, not approving new route, rides, not approving new airplane certifications, whatever.